Hey guys, it's Starting coming at you. We're playing tactics again. It's just a great way to start the day, and we're going to get to it. So we are at the end of chapter 2. What we're gonna do is, like, do we have the punch to make it through here? Alright, they've broken the various heavy armors, but, you know, we still got some. Alright, so...
Yes?
Do we bring Morgan? I don't think so, because we'll just bring Mustadio and Agrias. You know, we'll give it a try. We will give it a try. We just real quick need to make sure that our items are in the right situation. Alright, plenty of high potions.
Are you happy? Will that be all? Looking as so?
And we need to buy probably... Yeah, we're just gonna buy like 5 of these.
Are you happy to make anything?
And we can buy diamond bracelets now, which, you know, they give you the magic power and physical power and no slow, but usually I would just use a mage cloak if I wanted magic power, and I'd prefer mobility over the other. But anyway, so we are going to... I'm like, if we were going to level up, we would want to move our classes around. Do we just go double monk? I mean, yeah. He'll be able to heal himself, move down, open the gate, and then we'll have the crew here. It should be fine. Ooh. Ooh, that's fun. Oh, this is super fun. They changed what it looks like. Sequential battle, okay, yeah. Okay, so it lets you see that there is going to be at least another battle.
What is it?
And it lets you change your stuff there, so that's cool. And then you could just leave. Well, cool. I like the little map. I'm like, ooh, 16-bit graphic. Although, you know, probably better than that.
Right.
Like, can I make you look this way, please? Oh, wait, no, because we're not going to know that we're going to get jumped, so we have to get fought from behind. Terrible.
You can rely on me.
My turn, is it?
Ever ready.
To battle.
You're level 30 and I'll play too much. Nah, not too much.
Wait there.
And if we had ignore height, you can just walk right down, but we don't.
I'd rather it remained shut.
You have summoner? Yeah, but summoners are slow. So I'm hoping we'll just be able to, you know, scatter first.
You overlooked the ambush. You still have much to learn, lad.
We're surrounded.
Don't take it too hard, eh? Experience always tells. You may have the noble blood, but I've been making wives into widows since long before you were born.
Oh, what a hard line.
I am your better. Come, Ramsar.
making wives into
you and me
widows since
now.
before
For
you
what it's
were
worth,
born. Ah, Gaffgarion.
Sorry it's come to this.
I like Gaffgarion. I always have. I mean, not like. Look, I don't agree with Gaffgarion, but he. You know, I respect a clear-eyed villain. One who knows who they are. You know, one who understands. But here, Rams is gonna be like fine.
It'll take more than that.
Because we've got auto push. We don't have him maxed brave, but Gaffgarion can't get through. Just can't. Because we've got chakra and stuff. We're just gonna go open the gate, and wow. 72 out of that archer. That is hardcore.
Trust in yourself.
Because, like, I like how Gaffgarion, you know, because he's very much like, I'm too old for this, you know. He's like, why are you fools acting like you don't understand how bread is buttered, you know? Wow, nice punch, Spencer. And from right here, can we get the shot on him? No. Being able to reset move like this, super handy. Nope. Because anything is worth it to get this kill off, even if Musty gets popped by this knight. The torches are big line of sight blockers. We're just gonna walk here. There we go. 100% worth. And Musty's got 150 hit points. It might take an arrow plus the knight to get him. And that's exactly what we get. Oh, he's got a charge for it too. If the time mage lives... No! Will they stop breaking my stuff?
I've got work to do.
There you go, Agrias. Gotta parry that. And now she's probably gonna break, you know, his boots or something now.
Just getting started.
Alright, do we think Shiva would spike this guy? I mean, probably not. They're all, like, a little bit too spread out to hit well with this. I think we can just go with a haste here.
Come then. Have at you.
I guess, you know, the Shiva plus the thing would have worked. It's alright. Musty will just get hit for a ton. That's alright. With this haste going off, Musty should get to move before that knight does, I think. But maybe not. They were pretty far ahead of us in the turn order. But
Steady.
he's got the high potion, auto potion as well. So, you know, they've got to really do it. I think it's because of the hard mode. Yeah, I think also, like, it increases the AI chances. So, like, normally, like, a shield break would be, you know, like 28% or something. And they're getting, like, 50 on it.
I will not lose. Here I go.
Which, like, it's all fun and games now, but... what if I end up broke? We take this shot here... No, we'll just high potion her. Knowing if they can't one-shot Musty, that he'll be kind of fine. Alright, if we move, then this guy gets a charge shot on us. Or, I mean, if we charge something. We're just gonna go here and hit him. You know, we should have shot him with Mustadio, but then she might have died, and we'd lose the haste. So this is better. Because the archer is not going to be able to... Nope, the archer is going to be able... 115, what?
My turn. This ought to do it. I must concentrate. I must do all I can.
But the monk is going to be able to hit this guy, and then Musty will be able to hit him. We might be able to, oh yeah. Because Mustadio's going to get the attack that goes on the charge due to the haste, and that should give us enough bonus damage to get him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it does. Clean and elegant.
I'm up against it.
He shoots Musty, moves him. We don't get the auto potion, but that's quite alright. Because they are already in terrible shape, right?
I'm just getting started.
I mean, sure, we're hardly in a prize position, but that knight must have worst matchup. Eustacia must have the worst matchup. There, but we lose him. That'll be alright. Agrias, do we go for a holy sword here or just sandbag it? I think sandbagging it is fine because he's gonna have a turn like right here. And if he just moves over in chakras, that'll stabilize him some. Gaffgarion could move out to attack the people there. He won't. And we're just going to leave him inside here and run out with Ramza to support the front. Because Gaffgarion has, like, just too much hit points. Ramza's a monk, sure, but monks aren't, like, that good. You gotta make it all come together for him. Ooh, 125. Now we're talking.
My turn. Hold nothing back.
Keep on brave modding Spencer, the bravest boy. He's big hero, of course. Everybody knows that about him. Alright, so that one's already getting one shot. We need to go behind this knight to remove their evasion, and this plus the Titan might well pop them. Actually, what we'll do is take the shot here, clean.
Heaven's calling me.
Hey, look at that! A suit of golden armor. And this should be a double kill on the knights. Nope. 74, you know. It's alright. That haste paid off super well. Haste is so good. And of course, with their crew outside almost entirely dealt with, she does the dash for the 100% hit with 2 HP left. And it works. Disgusting. Instead, she's gonna go and kill the Time Mage. Well, we might... Oh. She's gonna break the shield. This is... It's just a regular hit. And HP Restore. Yeah, baby. Of course, Auto Potion at low HP totals is better than HP Restore. But HP Restore, if it pops, you get everything back if they get you to critical. And it feels so good when it happens.
On your feet. The journey is never ending. I am disgraced.
Here I go.
just go here and hit the 6th chakra.
Thank you. Let me
But
think.
this battle went awesome. Weapon crystals, yes, absolutely. Gaffgarion still has 200 hit points, you know, so it's not like we could even accidentally him.
What a joke!
Shield parry. No. Spencer goes down here. Yeah, well, you know. Could have almost lived a little bit. And then... we're gonna come in here and try for the stop. We're gonna let Mustadio, you know,
Newfound.
be a chemist. Give me something good. I mean, that's awesome. Look, that's a couple hundred JP worth, and I'm not scoffing at it. Now we've got our lightning cast at a summoner without having to spend money on it. Because Golem's a thing that we want to target soon, right? Golem is really, really a great ability. It gives you invulnerability to physical stuff. And, you know, that's its own reward.
I must concentrate. Stay strong.
Damn you!
He gets here and he's gonna... yeah, keep on doing the old Shadow Blade.
Come then. I'm not dead yet.
A potion? Outrageous! She tries to run into the castle to raise the alarm, but we won't let her.
You've done it now.
Come on.
Only one thing for it.
I will not fail.
Bum 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 bum. Bum bum
From strength
bum
to
bum
strength.
bum.
Gaffgarion,
Bum, bum, bum,
I would
bum.
ask why you...
Yeah,
invaded
we got a dialogue line. I'm
Such
like, if we wait
questions
long
and
enough, they'll
answers.
definitely talk.
Oh, Agrias, ever the white knight. You do well to give up on the princess. Oh, and while you're at it, give up your sword and armor too. You'd be happier settling down, as a woman should.
Shut up, Gaffgarion.
And you, sir, are ever the knave. To this day, you treat me with contempt. You seem to hold that one's sex limits where one finds fulfillment. You find yours in selling your sword for coin, yes?
I do. Good to see that even one as straight-laced as you can appreciate that.
If that brings you happiness, I'll not dismiss it. But is it not also the happiness of the countless women who have chosen the sellsword's life? These women share your values, find fulfillment in what they do.
Agrias using this moment to
It is not
stand up
free
for
man
herself,
to
and
say
indeed all women.
otherwise.
And they're right to be mercenaries, to be, you know, amoral, like, instruments of violence and destruction. And frankly, I agree with her. Like, why should a woman not be able to wear a fine mustache and do some murder for hire like Gaffgarion does? Like, why is he trying to be so restrictive? What a jerk. He's just gonna be like, do you see what happens whenever I go off? Pow! More dialogue, yes!
Agrias. More than you care to assume. Your brother, the heir to the house, had died. And so your father raised you as a man, that you might lead instead. That is why you are become what you are. A girl who knows naught save being the princess's keeper. Do you truly find fulfillment in that? In living as a man? If so, I pity you.
Do not
Agrias
feign
is a
concern
lady
for
with
me.
a sword.
I see your words for what they are. Fear. The fear of a woman who defies your expectations, or indeed anyone who fits not your view of the world. To protect your fragile self-worth, you scorn those who share not your values. Those such as myself and Ramza. But
Yeah.
I will not judge you for your narrow-mindedness, nor will I mock or despise you.
I'm not gonna call you a dummy. I'm not gonna say you're narrow-minded. I would never be so disrespectful.
Our worlds are simply different. Ever will there be things we struggle to comprehend about each other.
Why use so many words when you could just call me an old relic?
Got him.
As I said, I've no intention of mocking you. Cling to your values if that is your wont. I will do the same, as will Ramza. Even if understanding eludes us, I accept that you are the product of your experience.
And imagine how annoying this would be for Gaffgarion, right? He is about to die, and he is getting lectured properly and from, like, a morally superior point of view. And this is the last conversation he's gonna have, is him being wrong, knowing he's wrong.
Come then. By divine will unencumbered, by darkness empowered, Shadow Blade.
I will hold firm.
And it's just like, can't stop me.
What to do? Keep your wits about you. Practice makes perfect. Onward.
This fleeting life, cling to it not. Embrace inevitable end. Judgment Blade!
I love that, like, Agrias and him are both shouting out their catchphrases now, because, you know, they're really into it.
Come then.
My turn.
Glorious! You get Contortion and Will-o-the-Wisp that are both Geomancer abilities, I think. And then Shield and Aim. Wonderful! Truly the finest result possible in the world.
You can do it.
Steel Helm and XP. Steel EXP is one of those things where it is almost never correct to try to use it, because if you want the experience, right?
Right there.
If you want the experience, then you want it reliably, and Steel Experience could just like fail, and then you wouldn't get the experience, and then you'd feel experience-less.
My thanks. what to do.
Hey, and we got him with the stop. And now, now that we hit him with the stop, and he's frozen in time and space, now Rams is finally gonna be like, hey, on turn 15, can we talk?
You'd wax sentimental even now.
He's like, I can't even move, kid. What a jerk.
Mayhap not, but even now I've no wish to take your life.
Sentimental and pompous. There's a funny thing. Reckon you can take me, do ya? I'll tell you again. In battle, I am your better. Your birth will not avail you against my experience.
After I shed the
And he's like, alright, I'm gonna talk again. He turns back.
You were the one who guided me when I found myself adrift, Gaffgarion. Were it not for you, I would not be here now.
If we had these conversations, could we recruit Gaffgarion? That was always like my dream as a kid, that there would be some way to get him into the party. Sort of like a General Leo, but obviously from a different sort of side of morality.
Give over, boy. I'll not hear this maudlin blather. Such is for your family. We both took up the sword and found purpose in battle. Aye, but we're otherwise naught to one another.
This I understand full well. Nonetheless, I am grateful to you. Through you, I have had experiences no amount of privilege could have afforded me. I have grown, so for what it is worth, I bear you no ill will.
You waste your final words on tripe! A highborn brat to the marrow, you
What would Gaffgarion have preferred we say? Get wrecked, old man! Byaw, byaw, byaw!
Here!
Hey, but you know, at least we're getting some items back to make up for all the ones they broke.
Every bit helps.
No, it won't be so bad, because after this, it's a fight that's not too dependent on HP totals, right? It's mainly dependent on having the appropriate gear.
By my hat! Well, well. Then I should fall to a mere boy.
You fall to Spencer, sir.
Well fought, Ramza. Well fought. A fool though you are, I could never bring myself to dislike you.
Goodbye, Gaffgarion. We must reach the princess before reinforcements arrive.
Bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum bum ba-dum, bum 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 bum. Mustadio with the greatest contribution? Yeah, I mean, what a champ, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess he popped the archer, and he got the summoner kill too. Yeah, you know, Mustadio was clutch. And here's where, if you were playing on the original version, you would need to make a save that wasn't on your main line, because what if you couldn't get through, right?
that something?
But now all we gotta do is swap out everybody's gear for protect rings, and we should be just fine. So if you don't buy protect rings, there's a couple of fights in this game where if you have the proper relic, you know, you're not gonna have whatever status effect happen to you. So he's gonna hit us with AoE status effects, but if we don't get sleep and doomed, we're fine. Doom is really the big problem in this fight in general. Agrias has so many JP. We get Divine Ruination. Ramsa grabs Revive. Parnella has a ton of this now. So MP switch is good, but it's not good for a caster, right? You want it on somebody else. I think we just grab haste too, because it'll be easier to hit the whole party with it. And we'll take Purification here, since we're gonna need it. But alright. Yeah, MP switch is one that's... So MP switch is a specific way to tank, right? You get move MP up. MP switch is such that any hit that goes over cap only hits the magic points, right? It's a perfect shield for the hit. So you get MP switch, and then you get move MP up, and then every time you move, you get your shield back, right? So no matter what, you sacrifice all the movement for it, but you get tremendously tanky. And that's the thing you can do if you're getting one shot all the time in fights. But not on a caster, because you have to have the MP to function. But if you have like a monk with heavy armor with move MP up and MP switch can stand in the gap, and they're not just going to be tanking from their HP pool, they're also going to have essentially a regenerating shield every turn when they move. Or chakra, or anything like that. Right. Spencer on the high ground so that he can cure all of us from when we get some debuffs here. But with the
it's time.
With the armbands on, I think it'll be just fine. After battle, check the other shops. Oh yeah, we're getting into chapter 3. It's a very exciting time for the gear.
Gaffgarion's sword was no match for his words. Then again, perhaps the fault lies with his adversary. Male blood is not given to spill easily, even when thinned with that of a courtesan, it would seem.
How insulting. And first of all, what should it matter?
But enough is enough. You overstay your welcome. As I am loath to waste time and effort, I shall make you an offer. Leave the Aura site, and then leave Lionel. Refuse, and you will find my hospitality wanting.
Where is Lady Avelia?
You're in chapter 4 waiting on me. Oh no. Well, I am coming up on a couple days off. Not today, but afterward.
You mean to free her? What then? House Beowulf would see her dead. That is why you defied your kin, thereby marking yourself an outcast, and came to me, seeking the church's aid.
The music here is excellent,
By
right?
taking the princess
the ominous
into
chimes.
care, I merely granted you your wish. What would you have of me now?
Answer me. Where is Lady Avelia?
bound for Zeltenia. Her Highness has chosen to accept our hand in aid over yours.
You lie! I'll not be deceived.
Her Highness undertakes to claim the throne of her own volition. She spreads her wings. Even so, she will need a steady hand to guide her, and yours falters.
Who better than us? Who better than you? I don't know anybody.
To stand at her side. She saw this. Why not you? There's no reason you should not join us as well. The thought of besting your brothers holds no allure. We care no less for this world's fate than you.
Yeah, dual wielding will let you get through some battles, that's for sure.
Change
A few master classes.
It's
Nice. I haven't mastered anything
I have
yet.
no wish to change the
Back in the
world.
day, me and my friend, we would make all these rules for ourselves. Like, we would, if you moved into a class, you had to master it before you left,
But
so...
nor can I stand by while our people suffer and die on the whim of some select few. Do you truly believe you can change it? Not even I am so naive as that.
Nescient humility from one possessed of such an artifact. That stone you hold could twist the very weave of nature, to say nothing of the world. Yet I fear my efforts are wasted on you. Though artful are the words of man, conviction they do lack. You place your faith in the unseen, upholding such a sacred truth.
It's funny to be lectured on how sacred truths aren't real by a cardinal.
Ignorance begets ignorance as the blind lead the blind, and I despair to see it. I despair of mankind.
Yeah, leveling, you get calculator's annoying. I think calculator sucks. I mean, calculator's amazing. Math skill is good, but calculator has just very bad macros, right? It's got the worst speed in the whole game, I think. Like, very bad speed. And then, like, just awful. And then, like, bad HP, MP, magic power totals as well. But if you master all the skills and then you get math skill secondary because it doesn't take MP, right? And you can definitely manipulate things such that you can do really, really crazy stuff, and then you can make sure your whole team absorbs whatever element, and then just do, level 3 when you're at level 99, whatever thing, and then just blow up everything. It's very solid. Alright, did this controller just stop
I will
working?
demonstrate the stone's power. The power of God's true.
He's like, haha! Lucavi, I choose you! And he's gonna be like, "Rah!" Cuchulainn is what they call him? That's funny.
No pains to hide your wonderment. How I shall
Dancer.
delight to
Yeah,
watch
Dancer could be cool.
each excruciation, ecstasy.
The damage to everybody one is fine. I like that it's called a Nameless Dance, and it like does status effects to all of them, and that one could be really cool. Bard can like do a song that gives your whole team speed, which is amazing. But Dancer is like the better class. Why is this boss fight for Christmas? Not sure. But here, yeah.
Here I go.
He's gonna use the poison spell, which is fine. I think you can't... Yeah, it's 0%. I was like, I don't think it works.
I will miss.
He hisses.
Your weakness spared.
By the gods,
Oh, we moved into a Mustadio. They all got hit by it. It's alright. Critical quick.
Oh dear.
Potion. And now we're all ready to fight again.
This is Auracite's sacred power? How can power so vile banish villainy? Surely this is naught but evil itself.
Of good and evil still you would fain speak. Beneath concern such empty notions fall.
The character model with like his huge mouth, it makes the noselessness even more striking.
What I expect of you. For the ocean of Lucavi power, the minds of men are naught but trickling streams.
The power of the Lucavi? What are you? What have you done with the Cardinal?
What nonsense this? I am the man himself, or rather, he who once was Delacroix.
Delacroix.
Stone, such powers grant to rise.
Man, the voice acting adds so much to this game. Wonderful.
Creation's laws restrain and rule me not. Astride your moral order do I stand. I am a god become.
My turn.
Hiya!
I'm grateful.
Give it your all.
Leave it to me.
Much obliged.
But now, with our haste on, and we'll just run right up here. What a sick move! I don't know if I've ever seen that. That was awesome. Runs up, YOLO jumps over Agrias. Wonderful.
Never felt better. Much obliged. Right then.
Going for some dark and poisoned elemental damage. Yeah. I was just surprised that he's called that. Cuchulainn is like a name of a figure in like Irish folklore, right? And not at all like this kind of guy.
Worthy foe.
And then hits her, and she critical quicks hit. Oh yeah, that's perfection. Haste kicking in.
Carvey.
The ABG's bro, yes.
If memory serves, The word is ancient evolution for transcendent one.
Ramza, how come you know so much about this language, but you had never heard of a machinist?
But can it be possible? Can he truly
He's like,
have
oh yeah, I
transcended
remember.
mortality?
A god I am. No simpler terms there are.
No divinity would assume a form so foul. You are no being of immaculate light.
Ramza's like, the gods I believe in aren't evil, therefore you can't be one. Which is like,
I am not he, in that you are correct. Have you believed in being so designed, possessed of boundless power and knowledge both? I fear to say that such do not exist. Who uttered this, a cardinal or not?
Then you have deceived the people. And admitted
Ramza's like, wait, you mean you don't believe it?
Do, without reserve or shame, though for the church.
He's like, look, doing my job for the church was fine, but now that I can get paid,
The truth to me, this power reveals mere fantasy. The Father, words in ink and
I mean, the whole church is basically just a superstructure on top of Lucavi worship, right? Not to be rude about it, but it is.
You call yourself a god, but I see only an abomination. Your power is that of demons.
And Ramza, like, trying so hard to believe the Kukulain's not telling the truth here, which is the funniest thing about this whole thing. Like, the Zodiac Braves are real. The legend has been used to lie to everyone, and the truth behind it is evil. But of course, right now, Ramza's like, no, you're not telling me the truth. While Kukulain is literally, like, exposition dumping. He's like, I will tell you everything.
That a hero of the 50 Years' War should abandon his faith and become a monster. Feel you no shame?
Nay, for faith in fiction is as faith in naught. The joyous day, the power roused within, to me was shown divinity's true form.
He's so frog-like.
Most desire was then fulfilled by the one God to whom I bend the knee. This self-same God Abjurer surely sought, yet with their selfish ends to satisfy, the truth did his disciples mob and twist. A cruel and ugly truth that I embraced.
Are there more of you? Other Lucavi?
What need have you to know? Who here will die?
Everyone's just running really quickly in place. They're like, I'm hasted, and Ramza's like, I'm gonna stand still and talk for a long time.
I must concentrate.
What is this I behold? Against what do I fight?
The Lion's Guard sends its best in Agrias Oaks, protector of the Princess Julie Swan.
Yeah, exactly. The Ulster cycle. Like, Kukulain, I don't want to be reductive, but what I remember, I'm not like an expert. I've read this stuff, you know, once. I'm educated in, like, the folklore of the world, right? You know, I've read the books. I think he steals cows most of the time. I think like 80% of what he does is steal cows.
Your skill with
To be clear, this is looked at very positively by the person writing it, but most of what he does.
As now we speak, your mistress for Sartenia makes her rightful crown and throne to claim. If fast remains your oath, and serve you may.
Look at the beef. I think it's like beef cattle, principally, that we're to believe that they're stealing, right? Because, especially in the time period, you know, like, dairy would have been a more individualized concept, you know. You wouldn't have had, you know, like 100 cows probably anywhere in Ireland that were, like, being milked for one thing, you know. It would have been much more individualized. But larger herds of beef cattle or of breeding pairs and stuff, that would have been more accessible for the various chieftains to have and to steal.
Your ally.
But he probably stole like a couple horses, but not like that many. And then they had, you know, battles and falls in love a little bit, you know, that kind of thing. Maybe he likes to go cow tipping, yes. The existence of cow tipping, a funny joke. And we're going to bolt down on our head.
Newfound strength.
He might move over there and punch her now that she's charging. That would be like, okay, we could just resurrect her.
From you, a woman groomed to lead her house. No such hypocrisy would I expect.
Like, I don't remember this many Agrias conversations after she joined the party. But maybe I just didn't bring her, or maybe I won the battles too quick. Because at this point in the game, when I'm playing, like, normal style, I would already have Two Swords Monk online, and I would just walk up and go, pew, 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 pew.
Form alone, you chaps. Though neath unchanged I am, the self-same man as hero hailed. Immensely, Agrias. Disappoint you.
And he goes all Yoda about it. Disappoint you do. Agrias orcs you are.
Unchanged as you claim. Why go to such lengths for power? Nay, your vile form is a reflection of what lies beneath. You claim to have transcended, but all I see before me is a fallen man. Once, mayhap, your heart was pure, but in seeking power at any cost, you allowed it to be corrupted.
Fancy I am, indeed.
Transcended mortality, but forsaken your humanity.
One of the Warhammer gods is called Nurgle, and he's the god of, like, decay and, you know, all of that. And this guy's a very Nurgle-ish character. Yep, and he's going to do the attack. Yep. You know, I did predict it, in fact. We will get the damage and let Musty bring him back. Holy Sword! Byaw!
My turn.
We can just go here.
Allow me.
Chakra would get Agrias up to totally full.
What to do?
We actually... It doesn't look like we're gonna have the... Yeah. Yep, can't quite get there. Yeah, Satanta, yeah. If you play the Persona games or Shin Megami Tensei or whatever, there's usually 2 or 3 characters that are all Cuchulainn at different parts of the cycle, and that kind of thing.
Can you stand?
I shall not yield.
And we'll whack him there, and then we're gonna move like here. And And then if he wants to get the kill on her, he won't be able to hit so many of us. This is going to hit 4 of our dudes, which is fine. They've all got auto potion and stuff.
Immured in sinful flesh, by mindless scourge be judged. Biogar, your weakness spared.
Damn it.
Yep, battle rage for sure. And then we'll get auto potion and haste wears off.
Stay strong.
Yeah! Yeah, we got him. We got him with the sweet, like, sword of justice. Has like 500 AP. Yeah, something like that. A whole lot.
The death come here, high sheriff could descend. Oh, would that these eyes could witness bear.
Of course, he uses Bioga when you're all immune to this sleep, and Doom ability. It's still the right move to make yourself immune to it, even though it's a lot of damage, because you can work through the damage, right? Doom is the sort of ticking clock that's about impossible to get through. Alphonse Delacroix. Agrias with the contribution. Of course, she was doing the damage, you know. She got the killing blow, which is justice, right? Her getting it done. And here we get our first introduction to Thunder God Sid.
You rescued Princess Avelia. I would have you tell me more.
I am Delita Hyrule, a Black Ram lieutenant in the service of His Excellency the Baron Grimms. His Excellency dispatched me to rescue the princess, and so I did, disguised as one of your own. A sheep in lion's clothing. Now I have returned.
Hyrule, you say? That is not a name I've heard before.
I had thought Baron Grimms and his Black Rams felled in battle against the Eye a fortnight past.
Indeed. That dark news spurred me to return with all the greater haste. 'Tis only by virtue of my mission that I was spared the fate of my comrades. May the Father grant them rest.
And of course, Delita is the one who axed those dudes, and he's claiming to have been a part of them. He knows full well that they got popped.
She is weary yet from her long journey. She sleeps as if among the dead.
I can well imagine.
Orlando! Thunder God Sid! Orlando is so broken that he makes all the other stuff in the game look fair.
It is. The man is privy to the conspiracy, and I would have him lay it bare to your grace. Bring the prisoner forth.
Oh, Orlando! Well, he comes with Excalibur, which you can give to anyone, but it's a knight sword with a ton of power and gives him automatic haste. Orlando has Heavenly Sword, which is like Holy Sword plus Dark Sword plus Maleadual Sword ability, so he has every special sword ability in the game. He's got the ones that break armor from range with 100% accuracy. He's got everything. He's got the HP render. He also has super high base stats for like attack power, speed, and HP and everything. He is the single strongest swordsman in the whole game. His base class is stronger than all the other stuff. When you look at other special characters, the only ones that sort of maybe compare are like the dragon or the robot. And that's just because they have such massive HP pools that they're also very special. But fundamentally, Orlando is stronger than absolutely anything in the game. He makes Agrias look like a child holding a stick.
It was to stain Duke Goltana's name by making it appear the work of his men. That way he'd be kept from Lazalia and claiming the regent's...
But using both of them is totally good. Yeah, he is bonkers. You get him very late. Spoilers. you get him very late. But
Who gave
he is insane.
No. A close advisor of Duke Goltana's seeking to curry Duke Larg's favor.
It's like the real struggle with Orlando is making yourself put him into a class that's not his base class in order to get something good, like, you know, attack up or move +2 or something. See, I never finished this game? Oh, well, this will be a fun time too.
Madness. None among us would fain betray our Duke. This is clearly an attempt to undermine us by sowing mistrust. Silence this man before he can spout more absurdness.
I would hear it.
I think being able to fast forward battles is really useful too, you know, because now, you know, you want to grind, you can at least, like, do it really quick. You don't have to, like, spend as much time doing it. And so, you know, if you're grind-oriented, you still get to, like, do that and then, like, complete your objectives. Instead of spending, you know, an hour leveling up, you can spend 15 minutes doing it and then, you know, keep on playing.
Who was it?
Well,
Name the one who gave the order.
I'd have your protection.
On my honor as
It should have been talking on hold. Yes, it absolutely should have been.
'Twas the man who stands before me. Chancellor Glavain.
What? How dare you? I do not even know you, knave!
Who put you to it? The Queen?
Stop this mama's farce. I've naught to do with this.
To betray your liege lord is an unpardonable crime, Chancellor.
It was not I. I know naught of it.
And then Delita just cuts the Chancellor down. Goltana, of course, doesn't raise his voice to stop anything.
Forgive me if I presume overmuch, Your Grace, but now is not the time for bandied words. The Order of the Southern Sky must march on Lazalia at once, and you with it.
Yeah, and this is like, I love the animation of that scene too, because Delita pulls his sword out. Orlando gets his sword ready. He's like, if he tries to get it at Goltana, right, I'm gonna murk this little golden armored fool. And then he cuts down the dude's Chancellor, which is like, Delita is a bit of a genius here, right? He knows he's going to bring in a guy who's going to lie. He knows the guy will deny it because he isn't part of this exact thing that's going on, is how I've always read it. Is the guy guilty? I don't think so. I've always read this as Delita framing him and cutting him down in 10 seconds so that there's no opportunity to be like, did this guy actually work for Baron Grimm's, you know? Delita, you know, on my honor as a knight, Delita's not a knight. Delita's not a knight.
And crowned Princess Ovelia queen. But Duke Larg, the White Lion...
But, you know, he walks in, he finesses it, he associates himself with the dead men that I think he killed, the Baron Grimm's fools.
Moving then to free Luveria, Duke Larg dispatched the Order of the Northern Sky to Besserat.
BS Arcade, playing Triangle Strategy, it will be exciting.
Duke Goltana, in turn, set the Southern Sky to march in Ovelia's name. The curtain had risen on what history would one day record as
the War of the Lions. He said the name!
This past evenfall, the count stood at 200,000. 400 if both sides be counted.
That's a lot of dudes for any era.
Is not our sole concern. That was to be expected. And so too the depletion of our stores. No, it is this drought that threatens us.
Be cool if there's a Final Fantasy movie but done like Lord of the Rings. That would be cool if they could do it right.
The markets
that would be very
bad,
cool.
And tax collections fall short. With prices as they are, we can lay in supplies for another half year at best.
Duke Larg must surely face like difficulties.
It rained unceasingly in Gallion this season. The grain rotted in the fields before it could be harvested.
The real trouble lies in war's wake. There is no work. Whole villages have been displaced. My son Oren tells me over 100,000 have already fled to Lazalia, and more pour in by the day.
Ha! I see no trouble in this. Let Larg struggle to feed the mewling maids and his soldiers both.
It is no laughing matter. Should the conflict spread, we may find ourselves no better off.
And now Goltana's going to insult him.
Is Zeltenia proof against such a fate? I assure you we are not. Has not the time come to chart a course to peace?
Your fears are well-founded, but we cannot yet end this war.
I do love Goltana's mustache.
Though it pains me to do so, we shall increase the rate of tax by 1/3. Naturally, a close watch must be kept on those who hope to profiteer in these trying times. As for those seeking refuge outside the castle walls, we shall tighten our patrols at the Limbri border to see that they are turned back.
Classic.
My lord, I must ask that you reconsider. Duke Larg suffers, as do we. What better time to treat for peace?
You talk in circles, Orlando. There can be no peaceful end.
It's been observed many times that it takes an awful lot of character to quit while you're losing. And perhaps nowhere is that more true than in a war. We see it very clearly in the War of the Lions here in Final Fantasy Tactics, where in truth, both of these dukes have separate spheres, and if they would just stop fighting each other, they could, you know, tax the peasants to their heart's delight and live in their big castles. But they all want everything. That's the way of the world. The desire to rob your neighbors is perhaps the most human of all impulses. And if it isn't, then we should expect to stop seeing it someday. Good luck with that. All a human being has to do is see someone with more than them.
Would you thank them now with higher taxes? Their confidence in us is sorely tested as it is. And it is not only the people. Our soldiers are made to fight on rations that would scarce feed a child at his mother's skirts. We cannot long sustain this war. Resolve is no substitute for resources.
Resolve? Have you any? These are the words of a coward.
The 50 Years' War was fought to drive back an invasion of our sovereign soil. We were honor-bound to fight.
And in this war, there is no honor to bind you. Is that what you wish to say?
Yes.
The 50 Years' War was an abject failure of a corrupt crown. And the source of its corruption is Duke Larg. The man claims to act in the realm's interests, but in truth, he aspires only to power. I seek to rid us of his blighting influence. Yet you would suggest there is no honor in this, that we fight for naught. You mock the Black Lion to his face.
His grace speaks true. Besides, why lay down the sword with victory so near? They call you the Thunder God, Count Orlando. But your gentle words would sooner stir a breeze.
Is victory so near? My ears are deaf to its approach. I am, however, keenly aware of the quagmire pulling at
Quagmire? Quag.
This war has been fought to a standstill.
A very French pronunciation.
Hubris.
Quagmire.
This council can ill afford to heed such unfounded prating.
I will not sit here and tolerate such insults.
Enough of this. You disappoint me, Orlando. Pray you do not disappoint me further.
Goltana goes all Darth Vader on him.
I will say this but once. Any man who cares not for the course I've chosen had best remove himself now.
If you're ever in a room and somebody talks like that, if you're sure they aren't gonna kill you, just leave right then. But if you think they'll kill you, you need to start, like, preparing an escape strategy. Because anybody who's like, if you don't like what we're gonna do, you can leave now. Just, like, get out, right? Get out. People don't talk like that.
I will brook no further doubt. Orlando.
I mean, people do, but not people you want to be around.
Delita once told me he was swimming against some unseen current. If this current rushed towards war, and the world with it, what hope did I have to fight it? I made for Lazalia to tell Zalbarg that someone dictated this war from the shadows, and to test my own legs against the current.
Bum 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 bum. You can now reveal detailed information on the zodiac signs.
Welcome. It's a good choice.
Headband gives you +2 physical attack power, which is like really nice. But you can't put it on a monk because they can't wear helmets. Even with heavy armor, they can't wear a headband, which really stinks. Because it would be better than the golden one, because +2 physical attack is crazy strong. But yeah, and then mage power gloves, which are +2 magic power. They're really good, but I tend to like carrying a mage's cloak. You trade 1 magic power for 18 evade, and I feel like that's worth it. But here we keep the speed, because the headband, you don't care about the 8 HP, and losing a speed for physical attack power when you're using a gun, totally irrelevant. Brigadine's still the way to go there.
May I help them?
Was there something? What is it?
Yeah, and we need to make him into a thief to get move. Counter tackle. And it would be good to move tonight and get...
Why not?
Equip heavy armor, because Mustadio, like, we might as well try to get somewhere with him right now, right? While we have a little bit of time to try to modify what we're doing.
What is it?
Not bad.
Of course.
Looking for oil, will that be all? Good choice. This is your anything.
Wow. Okay,
This
there
is
we
your
go. Ah, the ancient sword.
This is your grand total. Anything.
Flame shield is great because, you know, fire protection.
This is your one.
But we sink a whole lot of money there, which is totally fine.
May I don't be.
preparations?
And we need to move her tonight.
This will serve.
We need to move her tonight because we need to get, like, parry, if nothing else. But really so that we can get up to Monk to get, like, HP restore and stuff. Yeah, so a couple of knights, couple of thieves, and Time Mage. And we're just gonna do... Let's do this real quick. And this will probably round out the video, actually. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, you know, we'll just do a little grind here, and then hopefully we'll,
I will go.
You can rely on me.
Right. I won't disappoint.
As you wish.
At the ready.
Headband is +2 physical attack. Chapter 3. Yeah, you know, and I figured a couple levels would be nice. Give us time to brave Mon Mustadio up, because his is pretty low.
Only one thing for it.
Here I go.
Right. Onward. By my hand.
Hold the...
Have her plus 2 to around 1 more HP. Yeah. On the high difficulty, you just gotta have the HP, because otherwise they'll one-shot you. Oh, it hit it with the old confuse. Well, we will solve its confusion. And all the Time Mage does is cast haste all game long. Because, I mean, that's all we're trying to do. We don't need her to kill people.
Come then. This fleeting life.
Yeah.
Right then.
You have this thing.
because the random battles aren't like, I don't think they're boosted in difficulty at all. If they are, then the mobs here aren't.
Sullied suit, take this.
You know, it may be like humans are, but like not the monsters, because you know, doing 25 damage, that's what you expect to see at this point in the game. You know, where you're just, because again, being at level like 18 or 19 here is ahead of schedule. So when you have access to, when you move fast in the game, you get better gear, right?
I'll handle this.
Come on.
And then that makes you stronger relatively than you would be, you know, so you might be like, oh, you gotta be level 24, but really, like, what, because there's specific levels where, you know, like, you'll get a speed point or whatever, so, like, what's the difference between level 11 and 16? Not too much, it's what gear you can get, and just a little bit of stuff at other spots, but...
Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards, which I think is a thing that Queen of England says. I mean, like, I don't know her personally. Or used to say.
Right. This.
Alright, so we just need one more job level there for him.
Onward.
Because we need to get to Geomancer for Agrias. It's actually pretty important that we get there as soon as possible. But I think she can do Monk after this. No, we need to get one more night level.
Just getting started.
Justice.
Here I go.
Oh, the counter tackle, no! It is a nice lineup for Slash, but we don't have a single monk here. They're all leveling up. But you got Earth Slash, then you also got Holy Sword, whatever it's called. Divine Ruination is what it's called now. Which also supremely punishes a blob like that. Hi, Ether. Actually pretty decent.
The journey is
Alright, so
never
she's
ending.
20 job experience away from the next level. You can get that passively, but we'll probably just do another battle. Not right now, but to get her up there. Because we need to get her to Monk, and then we need to push her through Monk super quick so that she can get to Geomancer, so that she can get attack up, so that she can turn back into a Holy Knight. And then do a ton more work. But one short battle is apparently called for, right? Because Spencer needs to get to level 5, yeah. And then he'll be able to be a ninja right after, and that'll be a great way to start into Chapter 3, right? You know, which is, you know, it's nice. You do Chapter 1, you know, with your base classes. Chapter 2, you start branching out a little bit. You know, you got your time mages, your summoners, your monks, you know, with more of their abilities. And then Chapter 3, you start getting your ninjas, your samurai, you know, lancers, everything online. And then Chapter 4, you have so many special characters that you don't care about the base job classes anymore. And Mustadio, we just need to get to heavy armor, probably, because you become a chemist and you put on heavy armor, or you become a knight and you put on equip gun, and then you get the shield also. That's something. Equip gun is out of mediator, though, which is so far away. We just get equip heavy armor, move back to chemist. Yeah, probably the move. We got one! Whoops. We got a sacred. They're called secrets now, but yes. Secrets are the coolest, right? No, I hit the wrong button! So there's one button, get the thing out of your inventory, and I hit the wrong button, and we got rid. So back in Tactics on the PlayStation, you would hit the select button to move on to the screen to look further at something, but now the select button doesn't exist. It's a couple of squares, and it kills things. Alright, well, there is the betrayal of muscle memory. I can't breathe, and my skin feels hot. Well, there goes our sacred. Our beloved creature. Terrible. Terrible feeling.
Welcome. Take as long as you need.
Good day to you. Come.
But I guess we can go ahead and
How might I help?
swap her, because she does have movement too.
Yes.
So do we need to swap her to? I mean, we don't need anything. We can just get... We don't... At this point in the game, she's like totally finished. We can get Orator just because it's a bad job to level up in. And we need
By all means.
to get to Dancer. Yeah.
A warm welcome to one of
We'll
our
just do a
Kingdom's
quick
Guardians.
one of these.
How long will you permit for this? Anyone you say. Understood. Anything to come?
But it's fine. I miss my sacred. Anyway, they're great. They've got their pickaxe thing, and they've got beef up. It's called now, but it's like accumulate times 3. It's, you heard me right. It's accumulate times 3. It's 3 physical attacks that you get for it. So all you gotta do is use it a couple of times, and you know, like by the time they get over to you, they're gonna have a real bad time indeed. And we get to Patain, the Revenant.
Make yourself at home. Want to earn an errand, Spindle? Right then. Tell us how it went.
I am delighted to inform you that we were successful in our efforts. Enormously so, in fact.
Bum bum bum. Several valuable tomes were stolen from the Garland Academy. He escaped from the window, and the ferry sank, and we raised the vessel up and got the books. They weren't worth much, but they gave us a very small amount of money in return for doing it. And like 11 grand for the finder's fee. Alright, huzzah!
What is it?
Look at me now,
Not bad.
for I am a ninja. But yeah, there we go. Look at him. Glorious.
What is it?
I'm like, wait, that means we will...
How might I help? I am eager to fight.
But there we go. Oh yes, we can look at the Aura site.
What will the light of
Oh.
the stars reveal to you? Let me see.
Well, you know, it doesn't tell you too much about it, but at least it tells us some. But anyway, that will do it. That went super well. You know, a first attempt on both the Gaffgarion fight and the Cuchulainn fight. Now, the Cuchulainn fight, I was expecting to win because we brought the accessories. If you don't let yourself get slept, you should be able to win. The thing we did with the Time Mage where he came over and hit her, that's the thing you can do to manipulate him. If the AI will definitely get a kill on something that's charging, they'll often go to do it. And then, you know, you can keep them on a loop like that, potentially, but we just got it done. You know, when we had the sustain, you have the auto potions, you don't let them get the status effects on you, you know, it doesn't take too much to get to it, but good stuff. Gaffgarion falls, Cuchulainn falls, and we move on to Chapter 3, The Valiant. I love this game so much, and we're getting into our very cool classes. You know, our casters are already 100% online, but our physical classes, there's still a little bit of reach for them, so pretty exciting. Agrias is super strong and gonna get real strong indeed here in 3 or 4 fights whenever we get her totally set up, but exciting stuff. That'll be coming in the coming days. Maybe I'll see you guys there. Later Arcade, later Neo. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And maybe I'll see you in a later stream or video. Peace.